the fate of democracy in this country. That's what we're fighting for, my friends. We are fighting for democracy. We're fighting to bring government back to the people and out of the hands of dictators. And we're here to say that the era of Trump and Zeldin and Molinaro, just jump on a bus and head down to Florida where you belong, okay? Get out of town. Get out of town. Because you don't represent our values.
Now, let me warn all of you who continue the flight and the exodus. Do not go to the Port Authority to pound the hound down to Florida or Georgia or North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Texas, Tennessee, or parts unknown. Because there is an individual there who is active 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It is the very person of the family that Kathy Crime Wave Hokum said was entitled to justice. The estate of the Neely family. When Kathy Crime Wave Hokum sided with the Neely family against the Marine, the hero Marine Daniel Penny. Remember how she said the family is entitled to justice? And remember, who was the spokesperson for the family? Oh, that's right, the uncle, Christopher Neely. Now we see this guy has a rap sheet, 500 Scott tissue papers long. He's getting busted over and over because he hangs out at the Port Authority. He jostles, he pickpockets. He snatches purses. He has credit cards on him. In fact, after his most recent arrest, he had a total of 8 credit cards on him with different names on it. He goes in and out of the Port Authority every day, every night. Beware of Christopher Neely, the uncle of Jordan Neely, who ended up expiring on the floor of that F train at 2:30 in the afternoon, right in the middle of the afternoon on a Monday. Seems like a lifetime ago by the hero Marine Daniel Penny, assisted by the 2 Good Samaritans who have not surfaced. They're nameless. But we've been told by Alvin Bragg's office, who turns criminals loose and arrests those who defend themselves, like Jose Alba behind the counter of that bodega in Harlem. Remember how he had a first-degree murder charge over his head and housed him in Rikers Island until the public outrage just was insurmountable and he had to cut him loose. And where's Jose Alba now? He's living in the DR. Imagine he feels he's safer in the DR than he is here in New York. And he's absolutely right. And so in this case, Christopher Neely is now being arrested for a series of crimes he's committed before and a series of crimes that he continues to commit at the Port Authority. Yet, Kathy Crime Wave Hokum says that Jordan Neely's surviving family is entitled to justice, which will mean a big, fat lawsuit that the Liars for Hire file against the MTA money-taking agency, and we, the sucker taxpayers, are going to have to pay for that. Christopher Neely has been arrested 20 times since June of 2022 while he was on probation for grand larceny and criminal possession of stolen property. This is Kathy Crime Wave Hokum's New York, and she wonders why people continue to flee. Well, first off, she told them to leave. And second off, she's not doing anything about the crime. Look at this situation involving a mugger in Queens. Cody Gonzalez, 32, was shot 5 times. 5 times. 2, 3, 4. Let's not miss that last shot. 5 times. By Charles Foner, 65, in the wee hours of the morning at 82nd Avenue at an apartment building near Queens Boulevard in Kew Gardens. He was approached by Cody Gonzalez, who had been busting out windows all along Queens Boulevard and basically looking to attack people. And he had been arrested over and over and over. Now, his family has come out and said no. The 65-year-old guy, Charles Foner, who shot him 5 times, he was in his right. So unlike the Neely family, who has all circled the wagons and claims that Jordan Neely is the victim and is suing the MTA. The family of the psychotic assaulter in Queens who has been arrested over and over and over have actually sided with the guy who had to kill him. Cody Gonzalez's family has known him for close to 12 years as he's gone in and out of their houses. And they said, look, Charles Forner, age 65, had no choice. We don't like losing our nephew. We don't like losing our cousin. But what else was this 65-year-old guy to do? You can see in the video. And they say, oh, well, wait a second. He had a big pen. He didn't have a knife. He came right at Charles Forner, who kept walking back, warning him. He pointed the gun at him. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Cody Gonzalez suffered from mental illness and had been living in a halfway house before meeting his end on that street at 2 o'clock in the morning. Why wasn't he in a psychiatric facility? Whose responsibility is that? That actually is Captain Crime Wave Hokum.